It was 3 o'clock in the morning. There was a strange chill in the air, as if the whole city was waiting with bated breath for something. The streets were deserted, except for a public phone booth on the corner of an old street that was lit up. That phone booth looked different from the rest of the city, as if it had been lifted from another era and placed here. Adam, a night shift taxi driver, often passed by this same route. He had seen the booth many times, but had never paid attention. But that night, something was different. As his car approached him, the phone suddenly started ringing. He got out of the car, went to the booth, peered into the glass. The phone was ringing. Adam reached out and picked up the receiver. Hello. There was silence for a few moments. Then a faint, broken woman's voice came. Adam, you shouldn't have stopped there. Adam's heart started pounding. Who are you? How do you know my name? There was silence on the phone for a few moments. Then the same voice said, he's looking at you. He got into the car in a panic and drove away. The next day, he told his friend Mark, dude, someone called last night, called my name, said someone was looking at me. Mark laughed. You're talking about that old phone booth? It's been closed for years. Its connection was cut off many years ago. Adam fell silent. But I heard it myself. I saw it with my own eyes. Mark shrugged. Maybe you're delusional. But that voice wasn't coming out of Adam's mind. That night, when he finished his duty, his curiosity was aroused again. This time, he decided to go and check. When he reached the phone booth, the alarm clock rang for 3. As soon as the third bell rang, the phone started ringing again. Adam picked up the receiver with trembling hands. Hello this time. A man's deep voice came, as if someone was speaking from a distant cave. You were warned. You shouldn't have come back. Who are you, Adam? He shouted. But only the sounds of breathing came in response. Then a terrible scream came out of the phone, so loud that Adam threw the receiver away. He ran, got into his car, and drove home. In the morning, he went to the police. Someone was threatening me from that booth. The policeman checked the address. Mr. Adam, 3 people died in an accident under that booth last year. Since then, that line has always been dead. Adam was stunned, but I picked up the phone myself. The policeman said, no way, that line is physically disconnected. Adam decided to go and check it himself. When he went to the booth during the day, he saw that there was no wire inside the phone. The receiver was just hanging. At night, he called Mark too. Look, if the phone rings again today, he will believe that I am not lying. Mark laughed and said, okay, let's see. There were still 5 minutes left until 3 o'clock. The two stood near the booth. As soon as the clock announced 3 o'clock, the phone started ringing again. Adam looked at Mark. Mark's face turned white. How is this possible? There are no wires in it. Adam picked up the receiver. Hello. This time, there was a voice. Now you two have to stop here too. Mark nervously tried to pull the receiver, but as soon as he touched it, a black smoke came out of the phone and climbed onto the glass of the booth. They both stepped back. The smoke turned into a human face, blood flowing from the eyes, a dead smile on the lips. The face said, you answered. Now you will never be able to leave. Suddenly, the light inside the booth went out. Mark screamed. Adam ran. They both ran, but a voice came from behind. Trey. The phone started ringing again. The next morning, people saw a taxi on the side of the road with no one inside. The doors were open. The key was in the lock. The police searched, but Adam and Mark were nowhere to be found. In the evening, a passerby passed by. The phone rang again inside the booth. He picked up the receiver, laughing. Hello, is this a prank call? Adam's faint, broken voice came from the other end. If the phone rings, never answer. The phone went off. The passerby stepped back in shock, but in the glass of the booth, he saw 2 shadows, one of Adam and one of Mark, imprisoned inside forever. Since then, that phone booth has been ringing every night at exactly 3 o'clock, and whoever answers it never comes back.